What's happening? Welcome back to Real Reds Talk. My name is Sam, and joined by Shreyas, Chivy. Dan Ashworth is in the door, finally. Director of football, it's done. He starts immediately. We'll get into all the details and stuff like that. Brand new Manchester United kit has launched, the home kit. We'll get Chivy and Shreyas' thoughts on that. Bit of an update on Matthias de Ligt as well, and then we'll dive into some other stuff if you've got questions in the chat and stuff like that. First of all, lads, how are we doing after that England performance yesterday? I know none of you are England fans, but just give me your thoughts on it in general, because I was pulling my fucking lack of hair out of my head.
To be honest, I was disappointed for Slovakia because like they deserved something.
Absolutely.
They actually deserve something, but then like I was saying to you in the chat, Sam, I said it's just a moment of quality. That's what changes these kind of games.
Yeah.
Just one moment of quality just comes through and changes it. So even towards the last, I was just like, I couldn't see them winning. I couldn't see Slovakia winning. Like I really couldn't. When Bellingham scored, I was just like, yeah, there you go.
94th minute, which is insane, playing absolute shite for 94 minutes. But yeah, Shreyas, again, as a neutral, how was that to watch? Were you the same boat as Chivy? Do you think England were going to pull it back, or were you just like, nah, this is done?
Yeah, because overall Slovakia just they didn't really have it in them to make it over the line. I thought that maybe it can go to extra time, maybe worst case scenario it goes to penalties.
Yeah.
But just didn't really see it in them. Like if they could take England to that level where that England are going to be trailing in the later stages of the game, it just didn't really happen. And then, like Chivi mentioned as well, all it took was that individual quality that England definitely had in them in comparison to Slovakia. They had that sort of quality in their players, and they were just managed to able to scrape past them in the final moments of the game.
Yeah. It's I think the one positive that came out of the game for me was Kobbie Mainoo. I think Kobbie Mainoo absolutely starred in that performance. I thought he was fantastic. Always looked to play the ball forward, some really good footwork, looked excellent on the ball, had a couple of opportunities and a couple of chances. I thought he was excellent, but I thought everybody else was absolutely terrible. Kyle Walker, especially. I don't know what has happened to Kyle Walker. He seems to have fallen off a cliff. He was terrible, man. But
yeah. But the composure of Kobe is just crazy.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
He's so composed, and decision making is on point. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him this year. Like, especially in the United shirt. Like, we'll get onto the new shirt as well later. Right. First order of business. Breaking news. I think it was from Ornstein. I think this morning or maybe late last night. Manchester United have agreed a deal with Newcastle United to appoint Dan Ashworth as their sporting director. He's expected to start work immediately. And then there was a couple of other sort of updates on it. Manchester United paid significantly less than the 20 million that Newcastle wanted for Dan Ashworth. And then somebody backed Matt Hughes also backed this up, saying Newcastle accepted an offer significantly less than 10 million from Manchester United for Dan Ashworth in the 11th hour talks before last night's PSR deadline. So it seems like we paid less than 10 and definitely less than 20. I don't know what the actual fee is. I've seen a couple of things like 6 and 2.5. I don't know until somebody like legit reports it. I'll go with that one stay thing. And then official statement from Manchester United and Newcastle. Newcastle United and Manchester United have reached an agreement for the immediate release of Dan Ashworth from his contractual obligations at Newcastle United. The terms of this agreement remain confidential between the clubs, which probably means we're not going to know how much. Newcastle thanks Dan for his services and wishes him well for the future. Chivy, go to you first. Are you happy this saga's over? Are you happy with the appointment? And then going forward, do you think this means things are going to speed up significantly in terms of transfers and recruitment and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I'm happy. I don't know how Newcastle was going to pay this, because if they were going to keep him for however long, they would have still had to pay him for all that period of time. So they're just going to be paying him to do nothing, really. And then if they've hired another sporting director, they'll be paying 2 people. And only one person's working. So I'm not sure how that was going to play out. But it doesn't really matter at this point, because he's signed, he's here, and I like the fact that he's starting immediately. I think Omar Berrada starts sometime this month as well.
Mid-July, I think. They've not said the date, but somewhere in July.
Yeah. So we're in July. So yeah, a couple of maybe 2 weeks, maybe it starts. and then it's Avengers Assemble. Basically, everyone's here. Everyone can start working and stuff. I also want to believe that Ashworth wasn't just twiddling his thumbs. Like, he probably was already
secret WhatsApp messages and stuff.
Secretly, yeah, he was already working and stuff. So
Everyone knows now.
Exactly. He literally told everyone, copied everyone in the emails. Hopefully this is a good thing. And we move quick with the signings and that. So yeah, it's just now it's just time will tell. Time will tell. This is the summer where we get to know what Ineos is really about. And hopefully now it's not just what's his name, Jason Wilcox, just doing everything. So
cool. Yeah, Shreyas, similar question. If you want to touch on the things as well, but also within the immediate start, does that give us a bit more of a sort of positive outlook on this summer? Because potentially we probably could have got the deal done, but he might have not been able to start for say 6 months or something like that, which would have left us to next year. Do you think now it's a more positive outlook with him coming in, like starting immediately?
Yeah, definitely. I think because I think a lot of us were actually under the impression that Dan Ashworth wouldn't really be a part of this body that Ineos are assembling, this not just this window but probably this year itself. And we were going with the analogy that Jason Wilcox will probably be heading it, or Blanc will be heading it, and maybe these guys will be handling this window, and that when Dan Ashworth does come in, maybe he'll be spearheading that role. But getting him in, I would say still in the early stages of the transfer window itself, it does provide us with a big boost. It provides more structure, to the recruitment side, and I think maybe this would, also help us in actually, getting a head start on certain transfers, because other clubs have definitely, started to make moves, and hopefully, we can get started on making some transfers soon enough so that at least we get a couple of signings in before the preseason starts itself.
Yeah, I think Ineos was saying they wanted at least 2 signings before the preseason started. It looks like Jared Branthwaite is off the table for now, but who is on the table is Matthijs de Ligt. A couple of people here. Dan Sheldon from The Athletic said Manchester United are in talks with Bayern Munich over the possible transfer for Matthijs de Ligt. They have stepped up their interest. United have made contact with his representatives. An official approach to Bayern Munich is expected. Florian Plettenberg also said Manchester United and Bayern Munich are in contact about a permanent deal for Matthijs de Ligt. De Ligt is keen to join United and can sign a contract till 2029. And then Mike Verurge, I think he's a Dutch journalist for The Telegraph. I probably pronounced that horribly. De Ligt has received a contract proposal from United, expected to sign for 5 years. An agreement between De Ligt's entourage and United expected very soon. Eric Ten Hag and De Ligt have held multiple phone calls. So with Jared Branthwaite being off the table, it seems, with Everton not willing to back down on their price, as it seems, and they seem to have solved their PSR issues for whatever thing with that the sort of dodgy swap deals they've done. Chivy, are you like, if we get him over the line, like say the wages are agreeable and the fee isn't massive, say, because I think the rumors are they want 52 million euros, we want to pay about 35, 40. Say we meet somewhere in the middle, say 45. Would you be happy with that as a centre back signing?
To be honest with you, I really don't know anything about De Ligt. The only De Ligt I know, the Ajax De Ligt.
Yeah.
When he moved to Juve, I never watched don't remember watching any Juventus matches, so I can't tell you what he was like. I might have seen him a couple of times at Bayern Munich, don't remember. I just watched him in that Ajax season, and then they went to the Euros and he played. So I really don't know what we're getting for. Let's just say it's 45 million. I don't know what we're getting. This is no like shade on him. I just don't know. I just don't know him. And that was like years ago, last time I saw him. So I really don't know what he's like now. I also know that he's had some injury issues over the years. And that's one thing. I mean, if we're really trying to start over, I would imagine someone else. And I don't like the fact that it's another Ten Hag signing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I'm not happy with that at all. Like, I mean, he might come and be good and everything, but I don't know. I know he's good on the ball. That I know. I remember him being very good on the ball. He's got a great range of passing, all the long passes and all that. Like he was really good at that. It's just the aerial ability. He's good at heading balls to score, but like in defense, like his anticipation of some of those aerial balls, it wasn't really. That was one area of his game that kind of lacked. And if you look at the kind of defenders we felt, like Varane is really good at that, like reading those headers. And Lisandro needs, even though Lisandro reads like those balls really well, he needs somebody there like Varane. Even Maguire is really good at clearing headers and stuff. So I don't know what to expect. I'm not too thrilled. I'm not too thrilled about it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a rumor, really.
Yeah.
Honestly, but I'm not the biggest fan.
It seems to be more than a rumor, like people from the Athletic and Ornstein have spoken about it. So it seems to be more than a rumor. So there definitely seems to be something there. Whether it gets over the line or not, I don't know. Trivia's just touched on the injury thing there, Shreyas, so feel free to touch on that. He's not had a great career since he left Ajax. Like you said, Juventus didn't really pull up trees. Bayern Munich, he's been replaced by Eric Dyer. However, he's 24 years old, so he's still relatively young in terms of a centre-back. He was captain at Ajax, so he's got some great leadership skills and mentality and stuff. Is there any positive you could take out of that, Shreyas, or do you think United should be sort of looking at other targets?
Personally, I think, even if I don't see the injuries, definitely he does have, the potential to be a very, very phenomenal centre back. He's got loads of experience at a very young age, but I just don't know whether, with the kind of player that he is right now, would he be able to complement Lisandro in this system? Would he be like Chibi mentioned as well, that, having Varane and Lisandro together, they were able to complement each other's weaknesses. When Varane had that stature and, that leadership to actually, position the backline according to the play, which really helped us out a lot. Lisandro brought that aggression and that calmness on the ball, and actually, being that press absorbing sponge at the back, which really, really helped Varane as well. And that's why they formed such a good partnership. I don't know whether, with Ligt it will be able to happen or not, because Ligt and Varane are very, very different centre backs. They're not at all the same sort of a centre back. They're very different. Ligt does like to get stuck in, but his qualities where he excels are much different to that of Varane's. So I don't know whether, if we do end up getting him, I don't know whether it would work out with Lisandro. Secondly, I think as far as injuries are concerned, and with the sort of intensity of games that are going to be coming up, from next season onwards, injury for any player who's going to be out for like 70 days plus, it's going to be a problem. When you're expected to play 45 to 50 games a season, it is going to be a problem. So definitely that is something that needs to be looked at. And apart from it, I really want us to move away from this perspective of going in for players that Ten Hag has worked with before, no matter how good that they might be, because I think it is much more of a gamble by actually getting a Ten Hag player in this team, rather than getting a player with a fresh profile, a fresh name, and coming in. Because if there is a link with the manager that a player has before, I think it creates a bigger pressure for him to actually work out and hit the ground running when he comes in. If it is a player with a fresh profile, it does give him that leverage to actually integrate with the squad, adapt to the team, and then play their game as the league actually progresses. So I think going in with for someone fresh would be a better case for this team. And there are still a lot of options to actually choose from. It's not even a situation where I would say that it's Delict or no one. We are not in the situation. There's still a lot of time left in this window. There are still a lot of centre backs to actually be considered. So I think even if it is going to be Delict, I would say keep him as a last resort, as a safety net that you could turn back to. There are still a lot of options to be considered in this window.
Yeah, there's a few, like we've heard the sort of Lenny Yoro has been chucked about, but there's been the Madrid links, but they may or may not come in for him. Like he could just run his contract down, which they've done before with players. We've heard Ignacio sort of linked with us, and then Delict's been the latest one, but we've moved on from Branthwaite and Delict has come up. So, like you said, maybe if the Delict thing don't work, they want too much money or his wages are a problem. Maybe we have got somebody else we're looking at, and we go, let's pivot to them. So I'm hoping there's other options, because I like Delict, I do, but I just think he's on 250k a week at Bayern, And then plus the injury things, I'm just like, there's a lot of red flags on this. Regardless of
Yeah.
the Ten Hag links, the wages and the injuries, you're just like, it's Varane all over again. And Varane is a lot better player than the Ligt as well. So it's.
I doubt he'll get like a huge wage packet at United, to be honest. I don't think he's going to get that sort of money. Also, I just don't like the fact that it just feels like he's only joining us because he doesn't really have a place at Bayern Munich anymore.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me. And I remember when he was at Ajax before he moved to Juventus, we were one of the teams that were kind of into him.
Yep.
And he kind of just, snubbed us. So, but I will say this though. Some players kind of develop later on. Like if you look at Van Dijk, like Van Dijk was at Celtic for like 2 years.
And Southampton as
before
well.
Before he went to Southampton. And then Liverpool went, then he found his, kind of found his fit at Liverpool. So it might be one of those ones. The quality is there. I mean, we all saw it.
Yeah. So
it might be one of those ones where he just needs to go to a place where he's appreciated, where he fits in well. He can regain his confidence because there's a lot of confidence. Footballers really thrive off that confidence. So yeah, I remember him. I think it was when we beat them in the Europa League. Do you remember that?
Ajax.
We beat Ajax. Yeah.
In the finals.
Europa League. Before was it in the finals or before the finals? No, we beat them in the final, wasn't it?
Yeah, we beat them in the final.
Yeah, it was Jose.
I remember that. Yeah.
Jose won it.
Yeah. Yes. And I remember the Ligt at the time going to the Ajax fans and he was like, like cheering them. This is after the game. And he was like leading like a chant. And he was like 18 at the time.
He was captain.
I was just like,
I think he was captain.
Yeah, I was
youngest captain for Ajax.
Yeah. I was so impressed and I was like, yeah, this guy he's a huge character. So I mean it could work out good. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure there'll be other links to other centre backs. I'm just gonna read out a couple of comments and then we'll get on to the last bit of business. Good performance from Cobby, outstanding goal by Bellingham, but Gareth is useless. I agree. Brian Casey, Richard Hawkins, Ruben, Chiara all saying hello. Hello to you all. Good to see you. My damn United giving up with England. Feel for Cobby dragged off for no reason. Pundit still giving him a 6. They gave him a 6? Really?
They gave him a 6?
Yeah.
Are they taking the piss?
They gave him a 6.
Utter nonsense. Utter nonsense. I think however much we've paid, we've shown that we won't be bullied into paying a premium. Now let's start getting some transfers done. I agree. That's from Reese. I bet Athwish were playing Football Managers United looking at signings he'd want to make. I mean, that's why I'd spend my gardening leave. That'd be fun. Someone needs to tell SB Nation Geordies that we buckled up, claiming we buckled up and paid up. Clowns, do they really think the 30th of June on Ashworth was a coincidence? There is that. Newcastle's actions about this whole saga shows how insecure they are. Small club. A lot of people going in on Newcastle in the chat. I'm certain Branthwaite comes as well. Possibly. I hope since Branthwaite is off the table, we either look at Yoro, Antonio Silva, or Nazio. Antonio Silva is one of Shreyas' favourite players. I think he would lose his mind if he came in, but I've not heard any links personally. But
not at all, not yet. And he's out of budget.
Yeah,
just like John
Neves, 75 million.
Yep, 75 to 80.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. As much as I'd like it, I'd love João Neves and Antonio, but I don't see either of them happening. So. Eric Ten Hag made once the best player. I'm sure he can do it again. Look how Havertz changed with Arteta. To me, Ligt is very much in a Maguire mould. Everton have only solved their PSI issues for 23-24 financial year, Sam. They're still the same club, same income, wanting to make waves. They'll need to make more money into the balance the books in 24-25. Interesting. Carlisle have got a sell-on clause. I believe that's for Branthwaite. Fear not, guys. We've got Johnny. Yeah, still got Johnny Evans. So that might be our centre-back re-signing for the summer.
Yeah.
Hopefully we won't need Johnny so much this season. We can't have another season full of injuries like the last one. Yeah, if we do, God knows what's going to happen. But yeah, lads, last bit of news. It's just a quick little news show tonight because I want to watch the football. I've got the France-Belgian game on my right-hand side here, as I'm sure Chivy has as well. The new United kit has been released. Classic red. I'm just going to put it in front of my face because nobody needs to see my face. Classic red. Really simple design. Snapdragon logo. Shreyas, we'll go to you first. What do you think?
Yeah.
We were talking about it off camera. You were a massive fan of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
The home kit, I'm not that big of a fan. I
Yeah.
think Snapdragon, the way they put in the logo and apart, I just don't see something different. Like it seems, like a plain home United shirt.
Yeah.
So doesn't really excite me a lot, the home kit. The blue one,
The
the
cricket
third one,
shirt.
I think. Yeah. I like it.
Of course you do. It's a cricket
I
shirt.
think,
No wonder you like it.
yeah. I
Even the
think
home one looks like a cricket shirt as well.
You think?
Yeah.
the third one is a definite cricket shirt. That's why I like it the most. Yeah. But yeah, apart from it, I'm not a big fan of the kits that have been made. I think once again, Adidas have done us over,
As
and
always.
yeah, and other
Always.
clubs who have got Adidas as their sponsors, they'll definitely have much better kits than what we've had.
Yeah, they just seem to. I've said this joke many times, but they seem to put the intern Adidas on our kits, don't they? Like Real Madrid get the really nice ones, as Shreyas is showing right there. Ajax get really nice kits. Bayern, like everybody gets really nice kits. We get just really boring, plain shit. Like it's really upsetting that we don't make classic kits anymore. Like all my favorite United kits are like pre-Fergie, like Fergie era. Like none of the kits post Fergie, I've been like, yes, love that kit. But yeah, Chivy, feel free to chime in. It's very plain, very like it's not offensive, but it's not exactly like I must have that either, is it?
Guy is rubbish. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rubbish. I hate it.
You hate it?
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't like it at all. Like it's just rubbish.
Play without
Maybe when you see it like up front, it might look nice, but it looks rubbish. And I can't really blame Adidas anyway, because it's not like we're playing in the Champions League season in, season out.
No.
Who the fuck's going to see that shirt anyway?
No one's looking at it. No one's. Europa League people.
They've got a Champions League template, right?
Yeah.
And then they've got the Europa League conference template, and that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like we get the Europa League. It will look really well in like playing away in like Belgrade or something.
Yes.
Or like when we go to like Bulgaria,
Azerbaijan,
right well.
Azerbaijan and stuff.
Yeah. We'll fit in. Yeah, I'm not a big fan, but who cares? Like, let's just play good football.
Yeah, like I just thought it's interesting because obviously the United kit is always a big launch and stuff like that, so it's always interesting.
And don't we get to give them back some money? Like if we don't qualify for the Champions League, I think they take off.
Yeah, I think that.
Snapdragon, their sponsorship. I think they announced that it's £90 million, I believe, with Snapdragon, but there's no clause in it for Champions League, so we get that regardless from Snapdragon. So
you can tell they're so excited about this, like the way the adverts.
Got Cantona in it, mate. Of course they did. Like they were like, let's just get everybody in. Cantona's in it. Fergie's in it. Like everybody's in it.
Yeah, they're high fiving right now. Like they've hit the jackpot. Like to them, they have no idea what they've gotten themselves into.
No. Yeah, people boycotting it and stuff when we do shit. They
have absolutely no idea.
Yeah. I'll have just a couple of comments on this. No, I didn't see a goal. I thought I did. Silver had a disaster of the games in Euros. Shreyas, that's from Damned United. Did he have a bad game in Euros, Antonio Silva?
Yeah. A tough game he had.
I don't think you can judge a guy off one game. I think it's a bit unfair. Right.
Did he get a red card or penalty? He gave away a penalty, I think.
He gave away a goal.
A goal?
Yeah.
I saw that.
I saw you see the hate Rasmus Højlund was getting as well. People online. It's just like I don't understand that.
For what happened?
Because at the Euros he was missing chances and stuff like that. He wasn't scoring goals, so people were giving him a lot of abuse and bollocks.
Yeah, he looked very inexperienced.
Yeah. It's his first tournament, wasn't it? He's not played a tournament.
Yeah. He looks
a lot, man.
He looked really.
I like the second kit and the goalkeeper shirt. Yes, I like the white kit with the red and black stripes and the black goalie jersey is really, really nice. I like those. And then Shreyas obviously likes the blue cricket shirt. Snapdragon logo has old Vodafone vibes on it. Mate, don't even compare it to that. Don't compare it to that shirt.
I
Man.
get it. No, I understand. I get that.
The
I still
shape,
get it.
yeah,
The
but
way,
it's
the way it is, the
it's
shape,
nothing like that kit. It's nothing like that kit.
Yeah, the
Miles.
shape, the competitions.
Miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
The
still wear
Jason Park
yeah.
jersey, man. That
Yes,
photo,
that's
oh
the
my
one.
days.
That's the one.
Shreyas, how old were you? Like 2 or something.
I think I would be 3 years old or 4 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You haven't seen, man. Ji-sung Park in his prime is something to behold, man. Something to behold.
Yeah.
Amazing. I still wear the black one, Van Nistelrooy 10 on the back. That is a good shirt as well.
Ooh.
I love the Black Unite kit. Black Unite kit's always class. Love the simplicity of the home shirt. Third kit is amazing. Yeah, I agree. Everybody will be buying them from DHK anyhow. Yeah, I'm not giving them any money, so I'm going to get them off China. So there you go. We should take money off Adidas every time they make a shit kit. I mean, we'd be taking the money on them every single season because they've made a shit kit for the last 10 years. Not done a good one for fucking ages. Been horrible. But yeah, I'm just looking at the France-Belgium game. It doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere here. Someone's scoring.
No, almost. Mbappe was kind of weaving through them.
Yeah. Thoughts on the Euros, lads? We had a massive game. England, we've spoken about that. Spain put Georgia to the sword. How are we feeling about Spain winning? I think they might be the favourites to win the Euros now. I think.
It's such a joy to watch, man.
Yeah.
Good football. Yeah. Even when they went to go down, you could just tell they were just calm. Calm. And Rodri and Ruiz, like balance. It's just It's just amazing. And I think what's so impressive about Spain is that all the players technically good on the ball.
Yes.
So when they were pressing Georgia, the two centre backs were literally at the edge of the opposing area, and they were like playmakers basically. They had Laporte and Lenormand or whatever.
Lenormand,
yeah, both of them like actually controlling the ball. They were looking like sixes, and it was just so good to watch, honestly.
Danny Olmo off the bench as well. That guy, I like that guy a lot. Danny Olmo, I think he's fantastic playing. Yeah, I think he may get a move from Leipzig this summer because I think he's got £45 million release clause. I think he probably ends up going.
But he plays in a really weird position. Like you'd have to have a system that allows like a false nine sort of player, because he's like kind of like he really doesn't have an identity. He's not a striker. He's not necessarily.
He's not a 10.
Even when he's playing out,
not really a 10.
You get what I'm saying? So he's one of them ones.
Even when he's playing out wide, he wants to play a bit more, like a bit central, but not really central. He tries to drift around that right-hand side a lot whenever he's even playing for Leipzig.
Exactly. Yeah.
He plays in like the half space, doesn't he? It's like in the half space.
Yeah.
An area.
Yeah. So if you don't have a system that favors him, I don't think the Prem would be good for him.
No.
Unless he goes to like City or Arsenal or something.
No, I see like a European club. I don't see Prem club for him coming for him. But yeah, Shreyas, speak to me about Spain, man. Like I was watching it. I love Georgia in this tournament. Like I was a big fan of them.
They look good in that game too.
They look good.
They've just got balls of steel like this. Like don't matter what happens, they are going for it. Just fucking go for it. Don't matter Spain, whoever. Like that's just what they do. But Spain,
I've never seen an underdog team actually, trying to just go at it no matter who they come up against. Because usually when these sort of games happen, you expect the other team to be quite more pragmatic. You expect them to be quite more defensive and on the back foot. But for a change, I've seen an underdog team actually trying to play positive, trying to play more attacking, and I think that's why a lot. I think every single game of Georgia has been really fun to watch.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I think apart from that as well, Spain have been doing incredibly well this tournament. They've got a very well balanced out midfield. They've got a very well balanced out defensive line as well. And then I think on the wings, they've got a perfect combination with Nico Williams and Yamal. Both of them really young, both of them blessed with pace and the ability both of them have got on the balls and the way they are able to navigate around the box as well. Spain have got a good duo for the next 10 to 12 years on the wings. And then even after that as well on the bench, like you mentioned, Dani Olmo, they've also got Mikel Oyarzabal against tired legs. He comes on, he plays as a striker, ends up getting a goal every single time for Spain. So they've got some very decent players on the bench in the starting 11, and they've still got a couple of players left to use who haven't even made an appearance yet. So I think Spain are definitely going to be a very, very tough side to beat.
Oyarzabal is a weird one because he's actually a midfielder.
Yeah.
Like he played, yeah. It's kind of like how they had Fabregas playing in the number 9 when they played in the Euro 2010.
Yeah.
When they won the World Cup.
Yes.
Like Fabregas was playing like a 4-striker. I was like, this is just mad. He's another
He plays
one.
anywhere. Wing, striker, plays as an 8.
He plays anywhere. And he looks lazy when he plays. Honestly. It's just
the one
crazy.
thing they don't have is a number 9. Like I know they got Morata,
Yeah.
but they just don't have a world class like clinical number 9. That's the one thing that if they had that, I think you might be just seeing slap-ins left, right, and center.
But they don't play like that.
No, but
even when they had Fernando Torres, like they never really played like needing that number 9. They don't really need that. Fair.
Yeah,
I think the team that actually lacked it was like Germany. They need that 9 sort of thing.
Well, they have got one. It's Fulkrug, but they keep him on the bench, don't they? They don't start him. So
why? I don't know.
Weird.
Because the moment he comes on, they look like a 10 times more deadlier team whenever he comes on.
Couple of questions, then we'll get out of it. Sean, going off the rumoured incomings, Ligt, Bramflakes, Ugarte, and Xerxes, which do you think would be the most important signing, Shreyas?
I think Ugarte. I think we really need someone to come in and stabilize that midfield. We need someone to complement Kobe Mainoo in that midfield. We need someone who actually has the agility to actually work in that midfield, because we need a mobile and agile midfielder who's got a good engine on him to actually, be able to reposition himself for the entire 90 minutes every single time we lose out on the ball or we are getting hit on the counter. So I think Ugarte is someone we really need, because I think even the defense, I would say at times, even last season, was able to actually work in set games. Midfield never looked composed. The midfield never looked organized.
Wide
so I think
open,
Ugarte,
just getting passed through 2 passes.
Yeah,
fucking done.
Yeah, and maybe Ugarte coming in, that sort of a hybrid midfielder, maybe can help Kobe Mainoo out. Maybe can actually help us cover a lot more ground in midfield.
Yeah, what do you think, Chivi? Who's the most important signing there out of those 4?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think him. It's a close one between him and Xerxes, because obviously we need another striker. But I'm gonna go for him because we might be losing quite a few midfielders.
Yeah.
So definitely we need him. We need the agility, like Trevor said, the legs, back 4 needs protection, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think it would be really important.
My Damn United, something to ponder. The topic of club purchases. Now Ineos are in the gradual takeover process. If we continue to boycott now, are we not just slowing the Glazers out process? Reyes, if we boycott, are we slowing down the Glazers out, or do you think Ineos are just going to take over no matter what anyway?
I think right now it's not even a certainty whether Ineos will be the ones at the end of it who will be taking over the club. I think after this 2 or 3 year space, however long it goes, it's going to, maybe it will be Ineos, maybe someone else comes around at that sort of time. What I do know is, till that time comes, I want us to be in a position where the foundations have been laid down, that at least it doesn't really matter as much as to whoever is coming in. The football side of things, and when it comes to the club, they are sorted out. Maybe finances can go up and down, but I want the footballing side to be stabilized and be in a position where it can function on itself, rather than it being turbulent every single window, and every single time we are in a position where this side is not working, recruitment is not working, scouting is not working. I just want that system to be fixed, and I think the moment that gets fixed, a lot of the other problems, they will be able to figure themselves out themselves.
Yeah. Any comments on that, Chivi? Thoughts?
Agreed. I think if we focus on winning football matches, everything else falls into place. In my opinion, I think that's what we need to focus on now, and they kind of need our support. With Ineos coming in as well, if they actually come and do what we all expect them to do, not necessarily win trophies and all that, but if at least they set a structure that we can then look to in 5 years and say, okay, yeah, we can see what's happening, then I think they deserve some support from the fans.
Yeah,
we should be able to distinguish between Ineos and the Glazers, and we can't expect Ineos to have any internal battles with the Glazers because they're working together. It's better for us that they get along
Yes.
right? And they can just leave all the
Because otherwise
better for us,
it stops the progress, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, it does. So it's better for us for them to get along. Yes, we just have to accept the fact that the Glazers are going to be here for another couple of years, and then after a couple of years, we can see how that turns out to be. I'm not in a hurry.
Yeah,
I just want to win game.
Yeah, I think they've started well. Like, it's a good place to end. Like, they've started well so far. Everything so far that they've said they will do, they seem to be delivering on.
Yeah.
They've got the structure in place. They've started the stadium plans. They're revamping Carrington. So far, they are doing what they said. Obviously, it has to continue and it has to be in multiple years and go through and all that sort of stuff. I think that is the process, and I think that's a good way to end. I want to end now so I can finish off because I think this France game is going to go to extra time. So I want to go watch that. Lads, think. Last question. It's boring. It's boring. Last question for Sean. Do you think Greggs can afford the naming rights for Old Trafford? Jimmy?
Did you say Greggs?
Yeah, Greggs.
I'm more of Coupland's guy, man. So
bougie.
I don't know.
You bougie motherfucker.
It's cheaper, man. Coupland's cheaper.
Is that Yorkshire only? It's not in Manchester. But...
maybe it's a northern thing. It's like what? Northern thing.
Yeah,
it's a York thing, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what Greggs is?
We used to get...
No.
No, okay. It's a bakery type place. Yeah, sausage rolls, pasties, donuts, and everywhere. Like every town in the UK has like at least 4. Like they're just fucking everywhere.
It's a legendary. It's very legendary.
Yeah, if you come to the UK, Shreyas, we'll take you to a Greggs.
Yeah,
we'll take you to a Greggs.
Yeah, that's the first thing we'll do. We'll pick you up from the airport, take you straight to Greggs. that's some cultural indoctrination right there.
Yeah, it's like this is a British institution. Greggs.
Do you know Newcastle has 32 Greggs? Did you watch that thing about the lad?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lad who did a Greggs marathon or something. He went to every single Greggs.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. You know where the first drive-through Greggs was established?
There's a drive-through Greggs?
Yes.
Where?
Manchester, in Earlham, in Manchester. That was the first drive-through Greggs.
That's random.
That's so weird, isn't it?
That's still random, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we're getting off topic here completely. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyways,
sorry
thank you, lads, for coming on. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for your comments, questions, all the nice stuff. Nick is going to drop his thoughts on the Dan Ashworth thing and all that sort of stuff. He's in Amsterdam, so he's filmed a little video, so that's going to probably come out just after this or at some point. Hopefully, he's sober, but I've not seen the video, so it could look like anything. His eyes could be doing all these directions. I don't know what it's going to look like, so we'll see.
When you said Nick is going to drop his thoughts, I thought Nick is going to drop his pants.
Oh, he might do the video. He might do that in the video. I don't know. Demonetized immediately. Follow all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff. If you want to become a member, After Dark is I need to sort that out. After Dark is coming out this week, so please do check that out. Me, Shreyas, and Nick were on that. A lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment. A bit dark towards the end, but the beginning bit's really funny. So please do go enjoy that. Lads, thanks for coming on. Appreciate you. And then, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Yeah. See you.